While living a healthier life is on the top of so many resolution lists, staying motivated is really what challenges us all. But we're not the only ones affected by these decisions. See what inspires this next volunteer to benefit her health and for whom she'll keep this promise.
Today I'm doing a 10-kilometer charity run for the Cancer Council in New South Wales to raise money for cancer research.
For Zandria, running has always been a passion.
I've been running I started running when I was really young. In primary school I used to compete in all the races and whatever, and I always really enjoyed it. I find that it is therapeutic for me with everything else that goes on.
Zandria was 11 when her brother was diagnosed with cancer. To this day, she still recalls how he struggled with his illness.
The first time we were in hospital and I saw him in the bed with all this stuff hanging out, I think that was the point when I knew that something wasn't right, that, there was a possibility that he might not get through it, basically. He was losing a lot of weight because of the treatment, and he was also losing his hair. He'd always cover his head with a beanie.
It's very difficult, especially at the age that I was in, because I knew exactly what it was, and just the fact that how harmful it is, and to that extent anyway. But at times I found myself alone. You know what I mean? It gets a little lonely, especially when you're in hospital by yourself.
But it was those moments that reminded Ruther, Zandria, and their entire family that they were never really alone.
Praying really helped us in a sense that, we have this burden on our shoulders, and all of a sudden after you pray, it's like you feel like it's been lifted off your shoulders. It also kept our family together. These kind of things can really take its toll on the family life, but it kept us close. My brother is like a living testament to how the power of prayer has helped my family.
Without realizing yet, these challenges had prepared the Cortez family for what would come next.
Not long ago, my dad was also diagnosed with cancer. He was diagnosed with bowel cancer, and he had that surgically treated. He had a scan, and they had found a lesion in another part of his body. It was 2 different cancers, so he's currently undergoing treatment for that one. The first time you go through it is always the hardest. I'm not saying that the second time is easy. You never want to be faced with a situation where you could be losing someone, And for me, I think I'd like my dad to be there in my future. So when I, like every other girl, like when you walk down the aisle or whatever, you want your dad to be there. And I just want him to be okay.
Zandria's dad is still in the midst of his treatment. But through it all, the family continues to pray, and Zandria continues to run.
The fact that she inspires me, she inspires me to, do more of what she's doing. She sacrifices a lot of her time, her own effort and stuff like that, just to do the things that she does. And when she told me, when she said why she does those things, it's, she sacrifices it. That word kind of stuck to me.
Well, I just finished my 10-kilometer charity run, so I'm feeling good, and it was great. Personally, this run was really for two of my family members, my brother and my dad, who went through cancer. There were obviously times where they became really tired or felt very weak and lost a bit of their strength. That this 10-kilometer run is just a little bit of physical, it's a little physical test for me, whereas they have to go through so much more. So that's what kept me going. This is my little sacrifice of my own physical strength to feel a bit of what they kind of went through.
That I've had cancer and I've gone through it, and basically that's it. And knowing that your little sister, is doing something about it, doing some sort of awareness about it. Taking time out of her busy schedule just to run for a cause. It's huge.